Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's actually still dark outside, but it's like 6:30. It's just the weather, the time frames, but it's chilly. Allie Edwards made tags the other day. So I'm like, I want to make tags, but I don't want to be, I don't want to use her, I don't want to use her stuff. I don't have her stuff, but I made my own tags. And I think I got this off of, oh gosh. It was a tag, a Christmas tag somewhere. Anyhow, but then I put my stuff, the Mondrian stickers at MoMA gift shop. I think I put in the book Met, but that's okay. Wrapping kiosk at Macy's. And then the nativity scene at St. Oh, I didn't, that should be capitalized J. At St. John the Divine. I have my own tags of what I did. What I did. Sitting in South Carolina. I cannot. What is it about this that makes me just love this? Is this a Christmas journal? Why, I guess it's not. Unless you know the story. It's candy cane socks. Obviously. I cannot tell you how much I love this. Love it. I love the torn edge of the paper. That's actually a little exaggerated. But that's okay. Okay, we're into regular plain paper now because I added this at the back. But we're good. We're good. I need a clip. Here we go. Still have my pile of extra candy cane stripe socks that's going to go somewhere. Okay, this is the inspiration. What is this? The 23rd. Good grief. This has just flown by. Gray. Squares and rectangles. Everywhere. And circles. Same thing. Same thing. Square, rectangle, circle. But let's see if we can elaborate a little bit on that. When I say elaborate, I mean make it look different. A variety. This camera is crooked. Hold on a sec. Okay, that's a little better. So I went to Procreate. I do not practice. I do not practice. I do not practice because I miss the spontaneity of everything when you're practicing. To get this, I went on Procreate and did this upside down. How do I even know it's upside down? It's moody. The paintbrush is irregular because it has, my stomach's growling. If you can hear that, I apologize. I'll talk louder. It is the beginning of the stroke is dark. So I kind of varied it everywhere. The Santa Claus is in here. Can't you see him? He's right there. The little red dot on top of his car. I guess it's a taxi. And then S. Claus. I did that. And I'm going to try to remember to put the Procreate very much slowed down onto the video also at the end. But I don't want to, it's not the right size, theoretically. And I don't want to just say, okay, I'm done. Do you think I can replicate this in paint? I did not have to erase anything. Hardly. But it's going to take stages to dry. And I really don't want to be here all day. Trying to think how I can do this. I don't know how I'm going to make this. It's actually more green than gray in mine. I'm thinking. I wonder if I have a gray background. Oh, wait a minute. What is... No. I don't think I do. I'm sure I don't. Because I just don't go to that color. Unless it's Halloween. I think I used up all my stuff. Now, what about... Okay. kids construction paper. Do I have a black. And their construction paper looks more purple than black. Let's see if we can't. Where's my ruler? Here's my ruler. Trim this a little bit. Actually, that right there will work. I have a frog in my throat. I think it's super damp and chilly. And I have a little bit of a frog in my throat. So I apologize. Not catching a cold, just the atmosphere. No need for Vicks on my feet. I just started watching a video on YouTube. I love watching like people interviewing artists, people I've never heard of, interviewing. And a lot of times it's museums, a lot of times it's like art co-ops, TV channels interviewing other artists in their area, like on a PBS thing. I just love hearing the theory behind the paint, the story behind the painting or the piece. Okay, I'm gonna put this up here. Now I don't know how I'm gonna replicate the writing, because see, in this the writing is backwards because when they photographed it, S. Claus comes out backwards. But I have it on here, so maybe I can just kind of somehow, because I kind of think that makes it, except this not staying where I want it to stay. Okay, it's still a little bit too big. I'm tearing this so that I get rough edges. Okay, that's better. Now this is really moody. I mean, this is darker than moody, if you ask me. And it doesn't have a lot of variance in it, variety of like the paint strokes and stuff. So we're going to have to fix that. I better use double-sided tape here. Especially just heard a door slam. I think it's next door, the 2 doors over. I don't want anybody to know I'm in here making art, even though it's not a crazy time. Okay. I think this one will come all the way to the edge. I didn't see any deer yesterday. Or foxes. Okay, this one needs to come in a little bit more because it's a little shorter. That's okay. Okay. This is super thick because I have this piece of paper on here. I have the actual page paper. Then I have the white paper that was underneath here. All of that is, so there's 4 in the black. There's 4 sheets of paper right here. But makes for a smooth transition here. Look at this. Look at this. Hardly any lumpy left. That's because I put in 4 signatures. I split up my pages into 4 sections. All right. Now, I could leave this. I really do think I need a gray, but I don't want gray. So, let's see. Here's black and here's this buff. But I think I'm going to get it here so I don't have paint all over my desk. It's It's going to be more buff than black. Hopefully. This is so old it doesn't come out very well. Whoa. Ooh, that's a good color right there. Okay. So I have a goopy paintbrush. And I think I'm going to, let's start with the bottom. I saw the anyhow, talking about people interviewing painters. And not like, you know, Da Vinci or whatever. I mean, modern day painters, people I don't know who they are. And maybe are not sold at, you know, the Met. Not the Met, but you know what I'm saying. And one of them was this really modern shape stuff. And I'm like, that looks like a taxi to me. A Santa Claus taxi. And I'm like, what if I could... No, actually, I think it was a decorator's YouTube, because I like watching like house decorating also. Now, it's not a sock monkey. It's not a sock monkey. It is a taxi. Can't you tell? But you can see the black paint. And it's kind of moody. So now I need a little white right there for the headlights. And somehow some red. My favorite white, which is this stuff that I've had for a very long time. Woo! But it's like children's grade, and I just love the color because it's not white. Okay, we have a little bit of a conundrum here, and we have more. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we're mixing it into the... This is good because this is not perfect. I don't want this perfect. Now, let's see if we can find some red. Aha. This isn't the same brand of children's paint, but it's the same grade. Okay, let's pour it in a tray before we spill it everywhere. And mess up our desk. Okay, that's plenty. Okay, stuff is getting in the way here. Okay, there's still white on here, which is fine. Okay, except that it looks pink. More pink than moody. And then we're going to do like a half circle. Like a slice of lemon. In an abstract world. I forgot the little red dot on top of the taxi, so I'm going to kind of like start it here. I like this one better. But it's okay. It's okay. I think I might do, because there's almost like little snowdrops in here. Oh, don't do that. I need this paint to go somewhere. Oh. Okay, This kind of is sending it back to, it's not an obvious taxi anymore. I'm going to put a little white dot at the end of the hat. But I'm not going to do the white beard, mainly because that's still wet. I don't like this one. I have to say, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. This might be dry enough to do the S claws. Maybe that'll make all the difference in the world. I don't know if I have a white pen though. I have this chalk marker, but they're always so one-use white pens in my opinion. Okay. This is all wet, but this is pretty dry. Oh, this is going to look good because it's foggy enough. It's a chalk marker and it's half dry. Okay. I don't know if I like this. I know I don't like it in its present state, but I'm afraid to change it completely. Trying to get some of that wet paint off that's still in thicker places. I don't like it. That's okay. You can't like every single one. Will I come back in and put this over it? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's put this in our done pile. Let's move this out of the way. Figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. Which might be today, depending on how stuff goes. And, oh my, where'd all this red come from? I don't know where that came from. Okay. Okay. Rash decision here. We're making this stupid gingerbread house. And when I say stupid, I really don't mean that. I just don't know how I'm going to do this. But I may be filming it today. I'm scheduling it for the 24th. I don't know. Okay. All right. There's green trees. There's yellow. But the roof has like vanilla wafers or something to create scallops. So there's going to be scallops. Triangles. Well, actually, these are rectangles. Like a graham cracker on a gingerbread house for the roof. Oh, I'm going to watch Taylor Swift biographies on Netflix. I have seen some of them through scanning stuff and everything. But, and I think I watched one of them. I watched one where she was writing songs in a studio. And then they would flash back to other sections of her life. I just think this is a conversation that one of you and I had behind the scenes. And I just think, you know, really a pop star has this much influence, but she's not just a pop star. She's smart. She's a smart business person. She's obviously created a following. She likes a football player. That can't be all bad, right? In my world, that's not bad. Don't know if Travis Kelce would be my first choice, but he does seem to be from a good family, and he's very involved in his family. At least that's how they portray it. And I think before you know it, she was in everything. At first I thought Travis Kelce, and this is not a Taylor Swift podcast, and it's not a Taylor Swift derogatory statement place. But I really think at first, I was like, her and Travis Kelce, I'm like, this is a publicity stunt. Like they used to do in the old days with Marilyn Monroe and Rock Hudson and stuff like that. They would have you marry somebody. The studios would have you marry people for publicity. And, I mean, even to the point where I think Rock Hudson got married to a woman, and it's like, no, he's gay. But in those days, you couldn't do that. It would ruin your career. I probably shouldn't even be talking about this stuff. But at first I'm like, okay, the Kansas City Chiefs, which are a humongous football team, have beat my team at the Super Bowl before, are a good football team. They don't need extra publicity. I mean, they have Patrick Mahomes. Hello. He's on every stupid State Farm commercial there can be. And Subway. And this and that. And this and that. And then I'm like, she obviously doesn't need publicity either. Obviously. But it did help her Eras tour, you know, to have all this extra publicity about her and Travis Kelce. I'm like, but I don't think they really need it. Neither one of them need it. Well, I don't need paint, but, you know, I buy more. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards more now. No, it was not a publicity stunt. Or maybe it started out as one and then it ended up as something else. There's stuff on the internet now that says they're married. I don't believe that. But I don't know. And her business plan and her social media plan, because she must be a genius at that. I have to give her that. Is taught at like 5 or 6 colleges now, including Harvard. Hello. So, according to Time Magazine, it's like, wow. I'm definitely not a Swiftie. I love the idea of the bracelets. Thus, I had one at Halloween. But and then you have to remember, she's been doing this for so long now. She's 33, I think. I knew she was older than she appears, and that's not fair to say she only appeals to teenage girls, because that's not fair. She doesn't. She is a case to be studied. You got to give her that. Where was I going with all this? I do not know. Oh, one of you and I were talking about it just for a second on Instagram last night, but I'm going to watch some more stuff on it if I can. I have Netflix and Prime, so I think they're covered on those. Okay, that's it. Where did all this red come from? I do not know. I don't know how we're going to do this. Yellow is something I have not used, though. Well, I did use it in Crowns on the Three Kings, but I mean, as a general rule, there ain't a lot of yellow in here. I'm liking this one more now. This was that one, the window, the glass conservatory that was like etched in copper or aged in copper. There's some yellow here. I'm not opening these all the way because this is all still wet. We took a nosedive from here to here. You know, maybe I should have just used the colors. The moody gray, the red, the moody red, and wrote backwards in places in the moody white. Dare I? I got red right here. I still have the black. I still have the buff. It can only get better at this point, if you ask me. Here we go. I know. Where's that black? I want a really big brush. Oh, I see a little bit of sky out there. This brush has got all kinds of goop in it, but it's been haggard in real life. I'm not mixing up my paint. I'm going to kind of have it haggard also. So maybe the abstract shape doesn't always follow suit to the picture. And you know what? What's underneath it is kind of hanging out and coming through. And I'm okay with that. I hear a bird out there. Okay. Go across here with red, with a little bit of the moody stuff still in it. And it's going to be dragging stuff across. Did we send our taxi to jail? Or to tic-tac-toe game? I don't have any explanation except that whatever this has turned into is better. So let's get a little white. We don't have any left over here. This is white and it's expensive, but I'm only going to use dots. I'm just too lazy to get something else out. I just want the snowdrops to be back on top. And I think that brings the suggestion of the snowdrops, snowflakes, whatever they are, back on top. All right, and now you can sort of see S claws. Okay. Now I'm stopping. And I don't hate it anymore. It's kind of bold, but this whole journal has been kind of a leap into the unknown. For sure. I like that. That's what we're going to call our journal. A leap into the unknown. Let's stick this back in water so it stays haggard. Oh, not my favorite, but it's better. I'm stopping. Thanks for watching. Bye.